Retiring abroad isn't just about chasing sunshine anymore. For a lot of Americans, it's about making a fixed income go further without giving up comfort, care, or community. We didn't just pick pretty places. Every country on this list had to earn its spot across 5 things that actually matter once you're living somewhere full-time, not just visiting. First, affordability. Can your retirement income comfortably cover a good life there, not just survive one? Second, infrastructure. Reliable roads, internet, and utilities, so daily life doesn't feel like a project. Third, an established English-speaking community, because building a social life shouldn't require fluency in a new language on day one. Fourth, ease of getting a visa or buying property. Some countries roll out the welcome mat for retirees, others make you jump through hoops. And fifth, quality and accessibility of healthcare, because at this stage of life, that's non-negotiable. Using those 5 factors, we selected 15 countries that genuinely deliver across the board. Stick around for the last one, a small EU country that quietly checks every box, and one most Americans have never thought to put on their radar. Let's get into it. Now, back to our selection. Number 1. Panama. Panama blends Caribbean and Pacific coastlines with a Panama City skyline that rivals Miami, plus mountain towns like Boquete, known for coffee farms and cooler air. Panama uses the US dollar as legal tender, which removes currency conversion from the budgeting picture entirely, and infrastructure includes a modern metro system and a well-connected international airport. The main path for retirees is the pensionado visa, which requires a lifetime pension of at least $1,000 a month and comes with discounts on entertainment, medical services, and utility bills. Property purchase carries no restrictions for foreigners. English is common in Panama City and Boquete, both established retiree hubs. For healthcare, private hospitals such as Punta Pacifica, affiliated with Johns Hopkins, offer US-trained specialists, alongside more affordable public facilities for routine care. Number 2. Portugal. Portugal pairs Lisbon's hillside trams and Porto's riverside port wine cellars with a Mediterranean climate that delivers over 2,500 hours of sunshine a year, plus a coastline dotted with fishing villages and surf towns. Retirees typically apply through the D7 visa, which requires proof of steady passive income, such as a pension or social security, while the Golden Visa route suits those making a qualifying investment instead. Property ownership carries no restrictions for foreigners. Lisbon and Porto both have sizable English-speaking expat communities, making day-to-day logistics manageable early on. Infrastructure is solid, with reliable trains connecting major cities and strong internet access even outside the capital. Healthcare runs through the Sistema Nacional de Saúde, the public system, though many retirees pair it with private insurance for shorter wait times and English-speaking specialists. Number 3. Colombia. Colombia stretches from Caribbean beach towns to Andean coffee country, with Medellin nicknamed the City of Eternal Spring for its mild, consistent climate and a culture built around salsa, arepas, and a genuinely warm welcome for newcomers. The M11 Pensionado visa requires a certified lifetime pension of at least 3 times Colombia's minimum wage, roughly $1,400 a month, and leads to permanent residency after 5 continuous years. Foreigners can buy property without restriction, even in border zones off-limits under some other visa categories. Medellin's Poblado and Laureles neighborhoods have a well-established expat community, though English thins out considerably outside them. Healthcare runs through EPS, the national insurance system, or through respected private hospitals like Pablo Tobon Uribe in Medellin. Number 4. Thailand. Thailand offers everything from Bangkok's temple-studded skyline to the cooler mountain air of Chiang Mai and the beach towns of Phuket and Hua Hin, wrapped in a culture built around street food, Buddhist tradition, and an easygoing pace of life. The non-immigrant OA visa is the standard retirement route, requiring applicants to be 50 or older and show either 800,000 baht in a Thai bank account or a monthly income of 65,000 baht, roughly $1,750. Property ownership for foreigners is limited to condominium units rather than land. Chiang Mai and Phuket both have long-established expat communities where English is widely spoken. Healthcare is a genuine strength here, with hospitals like Bumrungrad in Bangkok drawing medical tourists worldwide for their international accreditation and costs well below US equivalents. Number 5. Costa Rica. Costa Rica built its identity around Pura Vida, a phrase that captures the unhurried, nature-first culture found from the cloud forests of Monteverde to the surf towns on both coasts. In a country that abolished its military in 1948 and redirected the budget toward healthcare and education instead. The Pensionado visa requires a lifetime pension of at least $1,000 a month, and U.S. citizens can enter visa-free for up to 180 days while sorting out residency. Property ownership faces no restrictions for foreigners. Established expat areas like Escazú and the Central Valley have a strong English-speaking presence. Healthcare runs through the Caja, the public system available to legal residents, alongside widely used private clinics. And Costa Rica's healthcare consistently ranks among the best in Latin America. Number 6. Spain. Spain moves from Madrid's grand boulevards to Barcelona's Gaudí architecture and the sun-soaked coastlines of Andalusia, with a culture built around late dinners, siestas, and a genuine embrace of community life. Retirees typically use the non-lucrative visa, which requires proof of passive income of roughly €28,800 a year, enough to cover living costs without local employment. Property ownership faces no restrictions for foreigners. Madrid alone is home to a large share of Spain's American population, giving retirees a ready-made English-speaking network. And infrastructure across the country includes high-speed trains and reliable internet, even in smaller towns. Healthcare runs through the Sistema Nacional de Salud, consistently ranked among the world's best, and many expats pair it with private insurance for faster specialist access. Number 7. Mexico. Mexico feels less like moving abroad and more like moving down the street. Colorful colonial towns, street tacos, and a culture built around family, food, and slow Sunday afternoons draw retirees to areas like Lakeside Chapala, San Miguel de Allende, and Puerto Vallarta, where the cost of living typically runs well below the U.S. average. The main path for retirees is the temporary resident visa, which requires proof of a set monthly income or savings balance, and foreigners can buy property in coastal and border zones through a bank trust called a fideicomiso, rather than owning the title directly. With well over 1 million Americans already living in Mexico, English is commonly spoken in these expat areas, though less so outside them. For healthcare, many retirees use private hospitals staffed by U.S.-trained doctors, and some also enroll in IMSS, the public system, as a lower-cost secondary option. Number 8. Vietnam. Vietnam runs from Hanoi's centuries-old Old Quarter to Ho Chi Minh City's motorbike-filled energy, with Da Nang offering a quieter middle ground of long beaches, modern high-rises, and a fast-growing expat community. Vietnam has no dedicated retirement visa, so most Americans rely on a renewable 90-day e-visa or the DT4 investor visa, which requires roughly $130,000 on deposit in a Vietnamese bank in exchange for a 1-year residence card. Property ownership for foreigners is limited to leased condominium units rather than land. English is common in expat pockets of Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh City, less so elsewhere. Healthcare is a genuine bright spot. Private hospitals like FV Hospital in Ho Chi Minh City and international clinics in Da Nang offer English-speaking staff and modern facilities at a fraction of U.S. prices. Number 9. Malaysia. Malaysia blends Kuala Lumpur's Petronas Towers skyline with the hill station calm of Penang and the beaches of Langkawi, shaped by a multicultural mix of Malay, Chinese, and Indian traditions reflected in the food and daily life. The Malaysia My Second Home program is the main retirement route, requiring a fixed deposit in a Malaysian bank alongside a minimum property purchase, with exact terms varying by tier. Foreigners can own property above a state-set minimum value with no further restriction. English is an official language of business and widely spoken in Kuala Lumpur and Penang, easing daily logistics. Healthcare is a standout. Private hospitals such as Gleneagles and Island Hospital offer internationally trained doctors and short wait times, often cited among the best healthcare systems in Southeast Asia. Number 10. Ecuador. Ecuador packs Andean peaks, Amazon rainforest, and Pacific beaches into a country roughly the size of Nevada, with Cuenca, a UNESCO World Heritage colonial city at 8,000 feet, drawing the largest concentration of American retirees in the country, thanks to its year-round spring-like climate. The Jubilado visa requires a guaranteed lifetime pension of about $1,446 a month, 3 times Ecuador's basic wage, and Social Security income qualifies directly. Property ownership carries no restrictions for foreigners. Cuenca's English-speaking expat community is one of the largest in Latin America, with English-speaking doctors, real estate agents, and social groups well established. Healthcare is a major draw too. Private hospitals like Hospital Monte Sinai offer US and Europe-trained physicians at a fraction of American costs. And Ecuador's use of the US dollar removes currency risk from budgeting entirely. Number 11. Greece. Greece pairs the ancient ruins of Athens with over 200 inhabited islands, a Mediterranean diet built around olive oil and fresh seafood, and a slower daily rhythm locals call siga siga. Retirees can pursue the financially independent person permit for straightforward residency, or Greece's golden visa, which grants residency through a real estate investment starting at €250,000, alongside a notable perk: a flat 7% tax rate on foreign source income for up to 15 years. Property ownership faces no restrictions for foreigners. Athens and coastal towns like Nafplio have a growing English-speaking retiree presence. Healthcare runs through a public system supplemented by strong private hospitals in Athens and Thessaloniki, though smaller islands can have more limited medical access, worth factoring into location choice. Number 12. Uruguay. Uruguay offers a quieter, more European-feeling slice of South America. From Montevideo's cafe-lined Rambla waterfront to the resort town of Punta del Este and the colonial charm of Colonia del Sacramento, inside one of the continent's most stable democracies. There's no dedicated retirement visa. Instead, retirees apply for residency through the rentista pathway, showing stable outside income of roughly $1,500 a month for a single applicant, with no fixed property requirement. Property ownership faces no restrictions for foreigners. English is less common outside upscale Montevideo neighborhoods like Pocitos, so some Spanish goes a long way here. Healthcare runs through mutualista plans, cooperative hospital insurance hybrids that cover nearly everything from routine visits to surgery for a monthly membership fee, widely considered one of the strongest systems in Latin America. Number 13. Philippines. The Philippines spans over 7,000 islands, from Manila's dense urban energy to the diving destinations of Palawan and Cebu, shaped by a culture that blends Spanish, American, and Southeast Asian influences, with English as one of 2 official languages. The Special Resident Retirees Visa requires a one-time bank deposit, starting around $20,000 for applicants 50 and older, rather than an ongoing income test, and grants indefinite multiple-entry residency with no annual renewal. Foreigners cannot own land directly, but can own condominium units or lease property long-term. English fluency makes daily life notably easier here than in most of Southeast Asia. Healthcare relies mostly on private hospitals in cities like Cebu and Metro Manila, since PhilHealth, the public system, offers limited coverage for foreign retirees, making private insurance essential. Number 14. Belize. Belize is the only English-speaking country in Central America, with over 400 Ks fringing the Belize Barrier Reef, a laid-back Caribbean culture, and inland jungle towns offering a quieter, greener alternative to the coast. The Qualified Retired Persons Program accepts applicants 40 and older with at least $2,000 a month in foreign income and grants duty-free import of household goods and a vehicle, along with a full exemption from tax on foreign income. Property can be purchased without restriction, though renting long-term is common and requires no property purchase at all. Being an English-speaking country by default removes a major adjustment most retirees face elsewhere. Healthcare is more limited than other countries on this list. Routine and primary care are solid, but serious or specialized treatment often means traveling to Mexico or the US. And finally, number 15. Bulgaria. Bulgaria is one of Europe's oldest countries, with Black Sea beaches around Varna, Roman ruins in Plovdiv, and a mountain interior built for hiking, all wrapped in a cost of living that runs roughly 40% below the EU average. The main path for American retirees is the Pensioner D visa, which requires proof of a stable pension and leads to a renewable residence permit. Foreigners can buy property with no restrictions. Bulgaria adopted the euro in January 2026, simplifying cross-border banking and travel throughout the rest of the EU. English is less common outside expat pockets in Sofia and Varna, so some Bulgarian goes a long way here. Healthcare is mixed. Public care is basic but functional, while private hospitals in Sofia and Varna, staffed with English-speaking doctors, are widely used by retirees and remain affordable by Western standards. There you have it. 15 countries, 5 criteria, and hopefully a short list you didn't have this time yesterday. Which one's calling your name? Drop it in the comments. We read every one. If this saved you some research time, hit subscribe for more real talk on retiring well, wherever in the world that ends up being. Until next time, this has been Simply Senior. Independence, joy, and the good stuff.